Welcome to Boss Properties. My name is Greyson Roberts, your real estate agent's favorite realtor. And today we're going to talk about when in the world are greater Springfield, Missouri area home prices going to fall. If you follow me on my main personal vlog channel, Greyson Roberts, I just made a video sitting in the studio talking about the top 10 cities that are seeing the heftiest price reductions. But what about Springfield, dadgummit? When are we going to get a fire sale? Well, we're going to talk about that. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the greater Springfield, Missouri area, you know who to call. And Boss Properties is proudly sponsored by Webull, our favorite free online stock brokerage, and they're actually handing out free stocks, if you can believe that. Yes, it's true. With the link in our description, click down below, sign up, deposit as little as 1 cent, and you're going to get up to 12 free fractional shares. An unbelievable value. I've been working with Webull for almost a year now across 5 different channels and get that free money. So real quick, let's jump into my computer on the MLS and see what it's showing us. All right, so the first block we have right here is the number of listings. Now, this is very important. As you can see, we're getting a lot more listings compared to just half a year ago. However, look all the way back to 1 year ago, it doesn't seem that drastic. Sure, in the short term, you'd think, oh my gosh, this is a sign of a crash. We're getting a lot of new listings, but speaking relatively, even just going back to 1 year, it's barely any more than we've had. So that's not going to contribute to a major price reduction. Now, actual listing prices. This is interesting, but you can see 1 year ago, the average house sold for $220. Now we're selling for, at its peak, it was about $285, dropping down to still about $280. So we're seeing some price reductions, but think about it. Even if it sold for $270, $250, that's still much higher than just a year ago at $220. So although we're seeing some cooling off, certainly no sign of a crash. Absorption rate just basically means the higher the absorption rate number, the more inventory. And then moving down here, days on market, basically most closes are a standard 30 to 45 day close. So if it says 30 here, that basically means it was on the market for like a day. So we're still seeing a very, very strong seller's market, even though prices are starting to come down a little bit. But keep in mind, look at where it was a year ago. It's still going to be sky high, even if it drops down to the average sale price of $240. And finally, price volume, that tracks basically the same as number of listings. Of course, the number of listings on the market, the more the price volume will be. That's this analysis. Now let's move on to the rest of the video. So when we're talking about home prices in Springfield, Missouri, let's first talk about interest rates. The Fed has been yoinking those sun guns up. Why? To combat inflation. They've done it before, and this is by design. Is it working? Debatable. Regardless, every 1% interest rate increase on your mortgage decreases your spending power by 10%. 2 years ago, you may have qualified for $500,000. Nothing changed 2 years later. Now, present day, you might only qualify for $300,000 just because rates run up even though you have the same income. That's a big deal. So there's a lot less new mortgages being issued to home buyers. So we're having less competition. Less competition equals more supply. We're seeing a little bit more homes on the market. We're going to look at some data in my MLS here in a second. But more homes on the market, less buyers, less new mortgages being issued, coupled with other people and investors hoping or not hoping or waiting for a discount or a real estate market crash. All of that combines with a little bit more wiggle room for buyers. Now, it's still a strong seller's market, and unless someone spawns literally thousands of homes here in Springfield, Missouri overnight, we're still going to have a supply issue. We're not seeing a spike in new home construction permits being issued. We're seeing less mortgages being issued. So there's kind of yin and yang, but moral of the story is we're probably not going to see a crazy crash. And think about it. The biggest real estate crash was 33%. Now, if you buy a home right now and it drops in 33% value overnight, but you don't plan on selling for 5 to 7 years, you're going to be fine. Think about it. You have a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. If it drops 30%, 100%, well, you're still going to own the home. And as long as you hold on to it, wait for the market to come back. If it does crash, then you're going to be, once again, building wealth through appreciation if you keep it 5 to 7 years. Now, if you're really worried about a crash and you don't care what I have to say, and you think it's going to happen in Springfield, well, maybe you wouldn't want to buy a house to flip it and then have to sell it 6 months later for 10% less. But like I said, for most people in most situations, waiting 2 to 3 years on the sideline is not an option because they don't want to be paying off someone else's mortgage. 2 to 3 years, you're going to be disappointed that there was no real sale. And if there was, you didn't even notice it because it didn't make that much of a difference. $10K off an asking price, is that really worth you paying $50K over 3 years in rent to someone else when you could be building your own wealth through loan paydown, tax write-offs, and passive appreciation? That's up for you to decide. But there you have it, folks. Those are some of the contributing factors to the current state of the real estate market. And in the greater Springfield, Missouri area, I don't think we're going to see a big flash sale. If we do, it's not going to make that much of a difference. You might gain, a couple % of equity if you get a discount in the next few years, but it's not worth staying renting just to sit on the sidelines. Now, if you would like to buy, sell, or invest in the greater Springfield, Missouri area, I can help you with that. 417-501-4660 or Greyson Roberts at kw.com. I greatly appreciate it. Get that free money with Webull down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.